Welcome back. In today's explainer, we're looking at a reality that feels, well, completely fictional. It's like something straight out of a dystopian Hollywood movie. We are going to explore massive, incredibly expensive megaprojects all around the world that just failed completely. We're talking about places where literal billions of dollars were spent, incredible human effort was exerted, and yet, today, they stand as desolate wastelands, empty monuments, abandoned dreams. We're going to unpack exactly what happens when limitless ambition collides head-on with harsh reality.
So, here's our itinerary for today's global tour. We'll uncover the truth behind these desolate megaprojects, visit Turkey's empty palaces, stop by North Korea's Hotel of Doom, explore China's ghost city, and check out some artificial islands before finally pulling all our lessons together.
Starting with Part 1, the truth of desolate megaprojects and the illusion of unlimited money.
You know, we often operate under this illusion that if we just throw enough money at a problem, limitless capital, we can basically force a city to exist, or force a massive building to thrive. But if that's true, why do billion-dollar dreams turn into ghost towns? I mean, how is it possible that so much planning, so much wealth, and cutting-edge architectural engineering simply leads to desolate ruins? What's the missing ingredient here?
Our source material puts it pretty poetically, actually. Some cities lie desolate. Some buildings stand empty today, and some projects have remained merely dreams. It sets a really mysterious tone, doesn't it? Because behind every single one of these empty, echoing structures is a story of massive human miscalculation. So let's start our tour of hubris.
Part 2. Turkey's Empty Palaces, the Burj Al Babis.
Our first stop takes us near the really beautiful small town of Mudurnu, Turkey, and I want you to keep this number in your head. $200 million. This project, the Burj Al Babis, wasn't just your standard housing development. It was a meticulously designed luxury world catered specifically to wealthy tourists looking for the ultimate holiday retreat. And the vision here was absolutely wild. They planned to build 732 identical, literal Disney-style castles. Just imagine standing in a valley and seeing hundreds of perfect little palaces stretching as far as the eye can see, complete with these beautiful rooftop designs and a flawless road network connecting them all into this utopian village. And the crazy part? They actually managed to stand hundreds of them up. But then, well, the fairy tale ended.
This brilliantly illustrates the domino effect of economic reality completely destroying a dream. It was a classic cascading failure. First, buyers suddenly stopped paying for their bookings. At the exact same time, the Turkish economy took a massive dive, and hyperinflation hit the country incredibly hard. The result? Total bankruptcy for the developers. Today, 587 of these identical castles are left as empty, unfinished shells. Walking through these silent palaces today gives you this eerie feeling, like time just abruptly stopped. It is now, without a doubt, Turkey's biggest ghost town.
Let's move on to Part 3, North Korea's Hotel of Doom, the Ryugyong Hotel.
Okay, look at this figure, $750 million. In the context of North Korea's economy at the time, this was an astronomically huge chunk of their entire national wealth, all poured into constructing a colossal 105-floor pyramid designed to pierce the sky and be seen from all over the world.
Let's walk through this timeline, because it really shows how sudden geopolitical shifts can completely derail architectural ambitions. Back in the 1980s, the project was conceived purely to show off power and wealth in a rivalry against a rapidly developing South Korea. But by 1992, the Soviet Union collapses, right? And that immediately cuts off crucial financial support to North Korea. Then, by the mid-1990s, a tragic famine spread across the country. Construction on this massive hotel just completely halted for years, leaving this terrifying, looming concrete skeleton over Pyongyang. Now, in the present day, they've slapped a glass exterior on it so it looks a bit better from the outside, but do not be fooled. The inside remains a completely empty, unfinished void. It has literally never hosted a single guest.
Part 4. China's City of Ghosts, Ordos Kongbashi.
Now, China is pretty famous for its rapid, almost overnight construction, but that immense speed can lead to catastrophic miscalculations. Try to wrap your mind around this budget, $161 billion. The government literally leveled mountains and worked day and night to build an ultra-modern city near coal mines, designed to hold over 1 million people. It was an undertaking of absolutely epic proportions.
But the contrast here between the vision and the reality is just staggering. The plan on the left was flawless, modern amenities, beautiful parks, grand museums, thousands of residential towers. But on the right, when finished, nobody moved in. Why?
Well, property prices were set astronomically high, making it completely unaffordable for everyday people. On top of that, there were zero job or business opportunities in the city. You simply can't expect people to leave their livelihoods to move to an expensive, empty metropolis. For years, these incredibly wide streets were just barren, with dust blowing across them and traffic lights obediently changing from red to green for cars that just didn't exist.
Which brings us to Part 5, Dreams Drowned in Sea, Artificial Island Failures.
So, if building on land fails because of economics and location, what happens when we try to conquer the sea? Let's start in Dubai with a $14 billion budget. Following the huge success of the Palm Jumeirah, Dubai wanted to go even bigger. They initiated the World Islands, a hyper-ambitious project to dredge millions of tons of sand and create an entire archipelago shaped exactly like the map of the world. The pitch was incredible. You could literally buy an island shaped like Italy or Australia. Engineers worked around the clock to raise new land straight up from the ocean floor.
But then came the fatal blow, the 2008 global financial crisis. It crashed the worldwide economy, and Dubai's real estate market took a massive hit. Work on the World Islands stopped instantly. And here's the thing about man-made islands. With no active construction or maintenance, the ocean begins to reclaim its territory. The currents literally started washing the unbuilt islands back into the sea, turning a $14 billion dream into a dissolving, empty mirage.
Now let's shift gears and head over to Malaysia, where a mind-boggling $100 billion was allocated for a project called Forest City. This was supposed to be the world's most eco-friendly city, built right on artificial islands. It was designed so beautifully that cars would drive entirely underground, leaving the surface exclusively for pedestrians, parks, and lush greenery covering literally every building. It was designed to house 700,000 people.
But they had one massive, fatal flaw in their market research. The target market was explicitly wealthy Chinese citizens looking for overseas investments. The reality, however, struck a lethal blow. Right in the middle of construction, the Chinese government implemented strict capital controls, banning citizens from buying these overseas properties, and the local Malaysians couldn't even come close to affording these ultra-luxury prices, leaving these futuristic, massive towers sitting in almost complete darkness at night. It feels like a terrifying ghost town, all because of a sudden, unforeseen shift in international financial law.
And finally, Part 6. What did we learn? The price of hubris.
Let's do a quick autopsy of everything we've looked at today, because this is your ultimate takeaway. Turkey fell to domestic inflation and bankruptcy. North Korea lost foreign Soviet backing. China failed on basic urban planning with high prices and zero jobs. Dubai succumbed to a global financial crisis. And Malaysia was completely derailed by another country's changing legal restrictions. What this tells us, and what you should definitely remember anytime you see a glossy real estate pitch, is that limitless money cannot overcome economic volatility. A city isn't just concrete and glass, it's a living, breathing, fragile economic ecosystem.
Which leaves us with this pretty massive, lingering question. With human ambition constantly pushing the boundaries of what we can build, will future generations just end up repeating these incredibly costly mistakes? Can our hubris ever truly be tamed by the lessons of the past? I'd really love for you to think about that. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and until next time, keep questioning the world around you.